All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This lesson is going to be entitled, Don't Give the Heathen Any False Hope. And what that's going into is how some people now are trying to say that the kingdom of heaven is not going to be an everlasting thing, man. And I don't understand why you're going out of your way lying about the scriptures and trying to give these heathens false hope that they're going to rise up, man. Right? This is Psalm 149 and verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and the punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Right? Praise ye Yahweh. Once these kings of all these nations and these nobles of all these nations get bound with fetters of chains and their nobles get bound with fetters of iron, right? They're never coming out of that situation, right? They're gonna stay in that forever. And that's the reason why they're fighting so hard, man. They're fighting so hard because they don't want that. They don't want that for themselves. There's not gonna be a time where they scream out on free and then run and charge at us and start whooping our ass and putting us into captivity. Now, it will be funny to see them try. Right? It will be funny to see them try, man. We might actually in the kingdom put the spirit on them to try and do that, just so that we can have some fun with that. It will be funny to see them try and do it, but it's not going to happen though, right? It's not going to actually happen, and it will be fruitful for them to try and do that, right? That in the kingdom of heaven, these heathen nations are going to sin. They're going to go off, right? They're going to try and be sneaking up. Moab might sneak off and try and eat some rat, right? They might try and eat dog and all of these unlawful foods to eat. But that's what we're going to be there for, to correct them every time they go against that, man. Let me get the prophecy. Because people are getting emotional about that, yeah. But right now, we get in trouble if we break the rulers' rules, right? If we break the current rulers' rules and they catch on to that, we get in trouble and they reprimand us. So why should it be any different in our kingdom? Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So we're going to have power over these nations. And the thing that's going to give us power to rule forever is the new covenant, because we're not going to ever sin again. So if you understand that we're going to be under the new covenant in the kingdom of heaven, which is an everlasting covenant, how can you say that the heathen are going to raise up against us? Why would that happen? Why would it happen if we're going to be perfect and not sinning? What would be the need for Yahweh to curse us and scatter us among the nation and make us have to go to our enemy for the want of all things again? If we're not going to sin, that's stupid, right? Don't give these heathen no false hope. Once they go into captivity, they're staying in there. And if you're a heathen that's interested in this video and you're not an Israelite, right? Well, it is what it is, man. If you're not an Israelite, you're going to get captivity just like the Bible says. And if I'm not an Israelite, then I'm going to get captivity like the Bible says too. Right? Because some of you people out there, you don't believe that we're Israelites. So if we're not, then we're going to get the same judgments that the non-Israelites are going to get. Simple as that. Verse 27. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 27. And he shall rule him with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my father. So in the kingdom, any time these nations fall away from keeping laws, which they're going to do it on regular basis, right? On regular different intervals, randomly, there's going to be rebellions forever. And the rebellions could be different things. There might be rebellions of some of the laws that are in Leviticus 20 on certain occasions for certain decades or years. Then there might be a rebellion of the laws that are in Leviticus 18. Then there might be a more higher rebellion of the laws that is going to be in Leviticus 11 and 7, right? Then there might be a rebellion of the laws of being covetous for a long period of time, or a rebellion of people bearing false witness. But there's going to be continual times of these people sinning against Yahweh. They're going to always sin against Yahweh. They're never going to be able to keep the laws like us ever. Our job in the kingdom of heaven is to make the world be ruled under Yahweh's laws, man. We're going to be the managers of the whole earth. right? These heathen nations are never going to rise up and take us out of rulership. And let me get it in a prophecy, because some people will say, "Oh yeah, nah, that's not happening." No, the Bible don't say that, man. The Bible says that Yahweh kingdom is going to be forever. Let me show it right now. Luke chapter 1 and verse 33. Don't be giving these heathen nations no false hope that they're going to rise up. That's not real. Luke chapter 1 and verse 33. In fact, Luke chapter 1 and verse 31. And behold, thou shalt conceive in the womb, and bring forth a son, and shalt call his name Yahweh. He shall be great, and shall be called the Son of the Highest. And Yahweh shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. So how is anyone going to raise up against him? How is that going to happen? His kingdom's going to have no end. So how are the heathen nations going to take us down at any point in the kingdom of heaven when we're going to be under the new covenant, for starters? Explain how the new covenant can be broken. Explain that. Explain why Yahweh would have a need to make the other nations rise up against us when we'll be keeping the laws perfectly, and there'll be no need to put us under the curses, and all our previous sins are going to be forgiven. So what would be the need for us to fall? What would be the need for that? There isn't one, right? Let's get another prophecy. So some of these people, man, right? They've had, when they're asleep, it's like a demon whispers in their ear, man, telling them say something stupid when you wake up tonight, and when you wake up in the morning, and then they go and do exactly that, man. A demon whispering in their ear saying, you know what? Lie about a prophecy, man. Lie on the scriptures, and then they're like, okay, and then they wake up and then they do just that, man. Right? They do just that, lying, man. Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Right? It's not going to be passed on to other people, so there ain't going to be no thing where we've been ruling now, and in that thousandth year the Edomites roll up and they're like, you know what time it is, you know what time it is. We've been waiting for this. It's that 1,000-year prophecy time. No, that ain't going to happen. The kingdom of heaven's forever. It's never going to end. The new covenant makes sure of that. The new covenant that's mentioned in Jeremiah 31 and 31 to verse 34 and Hebrews 8 and 10 is the proof that we're never going to fall, because we're going to have the laws in us and we're going to be perfect. The only reason why we ever fell any other time is because we sinned. But the new covenant, under the new covenant, you can't sin. Right? Under the new covenant, you can't. How are we going to be able to be taken down when we're going to be immortal? In order to take somebody over in a kingdom, you have to be able to kill them. But if someone's immortal, you can't do that. So how are we going to fall? That doesn't make any sense, man. And if you was a person that reads the scriptures, if somebody tries to tell you that, and you know these things, then you'll know that they're a liar and that they're being a demon. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. So it ain't going to fall. That's a lie. If you're saying the kingdom of heaven is going to fall, you're a liar. If you're saying that the kingdom of heaven is going to change hands, you're lying. Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Right? All dominions are going to serve and obey him. And let me get this, because the scriptures say that any person that don't want to bow down, right, that nation is going to utterly perish. And that's why Esau is going to have to be taken away, man, because he's never going to want to bow down. Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 12, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted, right? And Esau is that only one that he's just got a rebellious thing in him when it comes to us, man, right? He's always waiting his moment to get us. He's always waiting. That's the way Yahweh made him, man. Even though he admires certain things that we do as Israelites, he still thinks, man, but I can do this and be better than him. But I can do that and be better than him. He'll never bow down truly to us, man. He's always gonna, even when we're busting him upside the head in the kingdom, he's still gonna be thinking that he's gonna get a chance to get his lick back. But guess what he's gonna get instead? Which shows that, nah, there ain't gonna be no Esau ruling up and rising up. There ain't gonna be no Esau on the come up, trying to get us back on the flip side. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh have spoken it. So how are they going to rise up, man? How is that going to happen? And let me get another one, man. Let me get another prophecy on that, in fact. In Isaiah 14, because all the other nations are going to end up being at peace in the kingdom, but Esau ain't. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the pit, that go down to the stones of the pit, and as a carcass trodden underfoot. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. So they ain't going to get a chance to try and rise up afterwards. After the 1,000 years of captivity, that all our kingdoms getting built and everything's getting established on, this is the order of the earth now. They ain't going to get a chance to rise up. All the other nations are going to get a chance to, okay, this is your land. This is what you're going to do. These are the laws, though. But you can clearly see that the meaning of life is that we rule. You can clearly see that. Look at all the things that happened. Look at that great day of the Lord, that great day of darkness that occurred, that made us be in this position from where we was now, which is the time that we're living in our lives now. If anything ever happens to where we're ruling on this earth, God did that, right? If all you nations and all you people see us ruling, when considering the situation that we're in now, how could you say anything but Yahweh did that, and that there's a God in the heavens that caused that to happen to us? Because we in this society right now are considered losers, man. No matter how much talent we got, we're considered losers. So if we end up in a position of power to rule and make tell you what to do, you ain't gonna have a choice but to accept that God did that. Especially considering that in order for that to take place, his son's gonna be on the earth. His son's gonna show himself. And all you people that say, how can God have a son this? How can God have a son that? Well, you're gonna ask him when you see him. Yeah, ask him when you see him, man. And so let's see what he's got to say to you. Since you think he ain't real and don't exist. Verse 21. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So how are they going to rise up, man? After their punishment is done, slaughter is going to be prepared for them, for the Edomites. That's what the scriptures is going into in Isaiah 14 and 21. So how is that going to happen, man? And how are we going to fall when we're going to be under the new covenant? That don't make any sense, man. That's a lie. And you must have been asleep and a demon was whispering in your ear, telling you to say something stupid if you believe that. It was deceiving you. And you bought into that, man. This evil spirit that was trying to that kept playing on your mind, and you was rebuking it at first. You gave into it eventually, man. And you can't be doing that, because then you end up saying something stupid out your mouth. And then now you're worthy of getting destroyed for doing that. I'm going to end the lesson there, man. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.